Beulah Louise Henry had a total of 49 patents over the course of her lifetime. Yes, a whopping 49. By virtue of her being one of the most prolific inventors of the 20th century, she acquired the name Lady Edison. 49 is the total number of the patented inventions, but the total number of all her inventions, those that are known of, is about 110. I'll let you sit with that for a while. Hey Light, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm glad to host you for the first time. I hope you stay. Let's dive back in. Beulah Louise Henry was born on 28th September 1887 in Raleigh, North Carolina. She was a direct descendant of Benjamin Harrison, who was the 23rd President of the United States of America, and Patrick Henry, who was one of the founding fathers of the United States of America. Her dad, Walter R. Henry, was a lawyer and art connoisseur. Her mom, Beulah Williamson Henry, was an artist and homemaker. Beulah Henry was a curious and creative child. By the time she was 9 years old, she was already drawing sketches of inventions. As a kid, she liked music and painting. From a young age, she could identify things that were wrong and recommend solutions. When she was just 6 years old, she noticed that the hem of the flag would touch the ground while it was being lowered from the pole of the post office in her grandmother's neighborhood. She suggested that the pole should have a hole that ran right through it so that the flag wouldn't touch the ground. At 9 years old, Beulah Louise Henry made her first prototype, a belt with a paper holder. This was after she saw a man struggle to read the newspaper and carry the groceries. From a young age, Beulah Louise Henry was highly observant and a great problem solver. Beulah Louise Henry completed high school and attended college between the years 1909 and 1912. She attended North Carolina Presbyterian College and Elizabeth College in Charlotte. Sometime after that, she moved with her parents to Memphis, Tennessee. She received her first patent in 1912. The patent was for an ice cream maker that required little ice compared to other models that existed at the time. She made it so that it could be operated by motor or by hand for when electricity wasn't available, and on top of that, the ice cream maker also doubled as a water cooler. Her second patent was for a parasol. A parasol is a light umbrella used to give shade from the sun, and that invention had interchangeable snap-on covers with different colors to match a woman's outfit. I think that's so fun. Unfortunately, she was way ahead of her time and there were no interested buyers in Memphis, and she barely made money from both her inventions. But Beulah Louise Henry didn't give up. In the year 1920, she was able to convince her parents to move to New York with her so that she could have a better shot at making it as an inventor. She strongly felt that in New York, she would have access to all the connections she would need to become a professional inventor. Once in New York, she went to lots of umbrella manufacturers. She even went to workshops of various model makers, but they all told her that her parasol idea wouldn't work. This male-dominated industry was making her success unnecessarily difficult. Beulah Louise Henry once again did not give up, but instead, she made the prototype for the umbrella herself. When she presented it to the model maker, he agreed that it could be done. The parasol then became a success. In 1924 and 1925, she patented improvements to the parasol, and then she moved her focus to children's toys. By the end of 1925, Beulah Louise Henry had come up with a technology that allowed toys to be put back in the original state after a child played with them. The technology involved putting strings into stuffed animals so that their limbs could spring back into position. One of her other famous inventions was a bobbinless sewing machine. At the time, sewing machines came with bobbins. The thread would sometimes tangle, and the hassle of detangling it made sewing rather hectic. Beulah Louise Henry, as innovative as she was, saw this challenge and invented the bobbinless sewing machine, which quickly became popular when it markets. To this day, Bobbinless sewing machines are still preferred. A doll that could open and close its eyes and change colors by pressing a button was another one of her most popular inventions. Beulah Louise Henry once said that she invents because she cannot help it and that new ideas just thrust themselves on her. Her other inventions include a protograph, continuously attached envelopes for mass mailings, for original and return letters, a hair color, a kiddie clock, and a foot covering. Tell me which Beulah Louise invention fascinates you the most. It could be one that I've mentioned today or one of her other inventions that I've not mentioned. And thank you for watching all the way to the end. Make sure you subscribe, like, and click on the bell notification icon so that you get notified the next time I upload. Have a lovely day or night wherever you are. Until next time, bye lots.